This is the sound of Meridian, the central hub in Horizon Zero Dawn. At the end of every game session, after fighting, looting, and saving, I would return to the safety of the city. I don't know why this was, but I didn't like leaving Aloy alone in the wilderness for the night. I could just see her getting attacked by some machine while I was gone. So I'd end my time in Meridian, looking out into the vastness and the beauty of Horizon's world. And this is where the story begins. One night I was looking out into the mountains, which seemed miles away, and I realized I'd just come from there mere minutes before. I was confused because there was a huge disparity between the perceived and the actual distance between me and the mountains. Then it hit me. Guerrilla Games, the developer of Horizon, had successfully tricked me into believing that this world was bigger than it actually was. It kind of blew me away. So I decided I'd find out the actual size of the map, as well as how big the map was supposed to look. A little bit on that later. That was last summer, and now I finally figured out everything I went looking for. There's no map scale or official map size that I could find, so I quickly realized that I would have to find out myself through in-game means. After hours of trying to figure out how to measure the land, I happened to remember I had an in-game measurement method right in front of me literally the whole time. So I put my in-game quest marker, which measures Aloy's stride, on one side of the map and ran to the other. Getting 5,490, we'll say 5,500 to make it easier, I now had something to work with. I crunched the numbers from an average stride of an American female, which, spoiler alert, Aloy technically is, and came up with a map width of 2.5 miles. Doing the same for the latitude and getting 1.7 miles puts the map size at roughly 5 square miles. To put that into perspective, you could fit 6 Horizon maps in GTA 5, and it would only take up a small portion of Manhattan. In my mind though, I still can't believe that it's 5 square miles, because it was painstakingly designed to look like a lot bigger area. A couple hours into the game, after leaving the Embrace, Horizon's opening area, I set off into the wilderness, completely unaware of what I was about to see. I wandered into the woods, and there it was, the chapel from the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. I recognized it from a trip I had been on with my family. This moment changed the game for me. I was no longer on a terraformed, completely alien Earth, but in the middle of the US. I now had a sense of place, and it made me even more eager to explore the rest of Horizon's world. If you played the game and are familiar with the western United States, you might also have recognized landmarks not just from Colorado, but from Utah, Arizona, and in the Frozen Wilds DLC, Yellowstone, Wyoming as well. What amazes me is that a several state-sized area is brilliantly conveyed in a 5 square mile map. So to fully grasp the size difference between Horizon's map and the real-world location, I lined up some of the landmarks from both places. I marked the Air Force Chapel, Old Faithful, and Lake Powell on Horizon's maps, and then on a normal map, I marked the same locations. Horizon's map would have had to have been well over 30,000 times bigger to be to scale. That's crazy. And while I didn't originally believe Horizon's map was that big, I surely thought it was bigger than 5 square miles. There is so much to explore. Horizon Zero Dawn's map truly is a work of art, and I would encourage anyone to explore it for a while. But once you're done, I would also encourage you to explore the inspiration for this world. See the real life locations, and recognize the beauty of our world. Aloy can wait in Meridian.
stay busy.